for helping us out. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
You have, I don't think there's any controversy here, you have the best smile in show business, I believe. I don't think anyone has a better smile. When you flash that smile, when you see that smile...
You know, I tell my kids all the time, if you're going to sail, you better smile.
Right.
And you better be willing to smile at any time. Sometimes I'm on a big airplane, flying overseas, and I'm just napping out, and someone will tap, 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 tap. I wake up and they say, may I have your autograph? And I'm thinking, one more grill. Yes, you may. If you're going to sail, you can never let the smile die.
One more grill. You've sold how many of these things so far?
You got to keep selling them if you have 10 kids.
You've got
24 hours. A salesman has to be a salesperson 24 hours a day. Not 23. You can lose a sale.
Okay, let's... I'll buy one. What are you doing it to me for? Okay, now a lot of people want to know, because biggest story in boxing in a while has been the Mike Tyson brawl earlier this week.
Boy, that was tough.
Well, first of all, he's biting people again. I keep telling him to stop, and yet he continues. What is your take on that? Why is he biting people? That's the strangest thing. I mean, boxers are always mixing it up at these events, but why is he in particular biting people?
First of all, he said he's not going to do it anymore.
Okay.
But it's fear. You're brought up fighting on the street corners and in the alleys and whatnot, and you always got to get the last punch in. And sometimes you can't swing if there's a lot of people standing over you. You just got to reach out.
And chomp.
And talk, yeah, and bite.
Right.
And a bite is a fear thing anyway. So he must have been pretty scared on that floor.
Right. So you think when someone's biting, it's their last, right?
Yeah, it's like, I got to get you one more, because otherwise you'll tell everybody, I whipped you, you were on the floor. But then you go back and say, but he bit me.
Right.
That hurt.
He bit you there?
They'll
Weird.
bite. They'll bite.
I pull hair and scratch if I have to. I try that. That's the street I lived on. Pretty rough. Pretty rough suburb.
Mike didn't come from those kind of streets. You got to bite.
Now, you surprised a lot of people by coming back fairly later in life to
45
fight.
to be heavyweight champ of the world.
That's right, which is amazingly impressive. Would you fight Tyson?
Oh, no.
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 Now, why not? Would you ever fight Tyson?
I'm going to come back at 55, really. I got a couple more years, and I'm going to make a comeback. This time, I'm thinking Tyson will have lost all of his teeth. I'll fight him once he loses his teeth.
So he'll be gumming you out there.
He can't hurt anybody with the gums, That's the only way I'll fight him. I'm certain. I have to have proof from the dentist. There aren't any teeth in it.
Right, and then you do it.
I don't want to bite him. I want to fight him.
Are you still working out constantly?
You got to work out all the time, because if I come back at 55, I've got to be in good shape. Just feel it.
Oh my, that's insane.
Yeah, and
it's like there's a clock radio in there. it's mad. I've never feel that. See that?
Oh, that's great.
My God.
That's good. That's good. Oh, but anyway, when you come back, I got to make certain that the commissioners will have they can't have any excuses and say we're going to deny his license because he's not in good shape.
Right.
So I'm going to be in the best of shape at 55 and be heavyweight champ of the world somewhere around that time.
That's amazing. What an amazing prediction. You heard it here. No one's going to doubt you now. You did it at 45. Big movie out now. Of course, all sports fans seeing it. Movie Ali.
Wow.
Now it's about your life. Did you go and see this movie?
No, but I had 10 kids. I sent each of them out to see it, and they all came back and said, Dad, you lost. He said, you lost the fight. Now, for 20 years, I've had to explain to my kids how I lost to Ali.
Right.
Now I've got to explain to my grandkids how did I lose to Will Smith. This is getting bad.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. See, I heard it's a good movie, but I'm not going until I hear better reports about my winning or losing.
I'm sure there's a cut of the film somewhere where you win, and we'll get it to you.
I'm going to make one like that. My version of it.
Yeah. You have 7 kids.
We have 10 kids.
10 kids, but 7 of them.
7 named
Seven
George.
are named George.
There's Frida George.
Right.
There's Georgetta.
Right.
And then George Edward Foreman.
Georgetta?
Georgetta. Georgetta Foreman.
I was thinking if I ever have a daughter, I would name her Conanina. I was
That's
thinking,
great. That's great.
And some people said, like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I think I can do it.
Oh,
and
yes.
if I can cite you as an example, and if it's a boy, Conando. Just think about that. He'd have a little mustache and be like, I'm Conando.
That's cool. That is cool.
Well, if you say it's cool, I know I can win this argument.
Do it. At some point, you'll have to argue with your wife, though.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
That's where I got in trouble. The strange thing is when you start hearing your kids talk about what they're going to name their kids, and in the room you overhear them saying, well, he's going to name, his name is George. I'm going to name my daughter such and such George. And I think, what have I created here?
So wait a minute, your grandkids are going to be named George, too?
Yeah, my children are talking about naming their kids George, and it's getting messy around the house. Something's got to happen.
There's no point in having monogrammed towels at your house.
Everybody's reaching for the same time.
Now, what? What did I do? Don't mess with me. I'll come over there. You saw me. Were you at all afraid?
I saw it.
Backstage?
But
Was there any fear at all that I would just come at you? Like
and you're so tricky. That's what I got to worry about.
Tricky.
You're more tricky. You have more tricks than I.
I am sneaky.
You're sneaky.
You have strength, obviously, from feeling that, and then you have speed, and you're a professional, legendary boxer. But I'm a tricky little freak.
Yeah, I'm worried about those tricky little such and such. Well, I was in Africa, and I'm fighting Muhammad Ali, and I looked over, and I was much bigger, and I was much stronger. I said, I'm going to whip this guy so easily. And after 3 rounds, he just laid on the ropes, and I thought he must be tired, and I got tired.
Right.
And they call it the rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
I was the dope. So I'm accustomed to being outwitted in the ring.
Well, no, but you've had great success since then. You have, I mean, first of all, your business.
That makes me feel better, you know.
Your business is going so well.
Yeah,
You've changed your life completely. You apparently you eat very healthy now. You stay very trim, very healthy. But you used to really eat terribly. Is that the case?
Oh, it's terrible. For 10 years, I was trying to be heavyweight champ of the world. So I retired back in, of course, the late 70s. And I didn't know anything about hamburger and franchise hamburger. So I'd go by Wendy's and order a double meat cheese. 2, okay, 2. And I'd eat them. And
would you put one on top of the other?
No, I just eat them one after another.
Right.
Then I wanted to go back, and you'd go back sometime, and the people look at you funny. He's back again? So I'd leave, finish my Wendy's, and go to Burger King. And they wouldn't recognize that
They didn't know you had just been to Wendy's.
No, they know. So I'd eat them up.
And then you go to McDonald's.
And then you go to McDonald's, and that's where you get the best French fries with your burgers. And I eat them. To go down the street and have a ball. But it's a shame sometimes I'd have to go through the audience before I knew about them one down the street from another and change my voice. Well, I want a cheeseburger, double meat cheeseburger, and I go in the car and drive back around in a Rolls Royce, by the way. And say, I like a cheeseburger. I didn't want them to know it's me again.
Now,
you have to do that.
A big way that you eat healthy now is, of course, and I'm impressed, because usually every other sentence out of you is about your grill. And I meant that in a complimentary way. But let's talk about the grill, shall we? Because I know you love to mention it.
No, I really don't want to talk about it, but you put some grilled chicken breast. You put chicken breast on that grill, you will have the most juicy chicken breast in the world. And you talk about burgers. We got a bigger size now, family size. You can put 8 of those things on there. And because the fat drips away into the drip tray.
This is what I want to ask you about right here, my friend. The ingenious part of your grill is that the fat drips away.
Yeah, and it channels the fat away from your diet into the tray, and you don't have to where are you getting that?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you this. The whole reason is because the grill is
slanted.
Slanted.
It's slanted. And
couldn't people who don't have that grill but have another grill just put a matchbox under their grill and slant it and maybe have the fat dribble?
You mustn't say this. I need not this competition.
I'm just crazy.
Well, let me go on and tell you about this thing. We have colors, too, because I have these grandkids now. You'd be surprised if the grill is colored and have different, like, blue and oranges. The kids will say, I want something to eat. But if you get a plain grill out there, they'll say, I don't want that. But you get a colored grill, and they will eat.
You know what you should do? You should put a TV on the grill so kids want to watch TV while they watch fat drain away from the burger.
Thank you. I'm going to do it.
Just cut me in for a piece of it, would you?
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Shane Mosley, the big fight is Shane Mosley versus Vernon Forrest airs Saturday night at 9:35 on HBO, and you'll be there.
Right. I'll be there calling the fight.
It is such a treat every time you come by.
Thank
You're a real
so
gentleman.
much.
You're always fun to have on the show. George Foreman, Ben Chapman coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.